hello everyone. Welcome to the first official Twitch stream. I will be playing Infra, which is literally probably my favorite game I have played in the last 10 years. My all-time favorite game is probably like Ape Escape or Oblivion, one of those two. But this is definitely my favorite recent game. And I love this game so fucking much. And my friend Ethan just streamed on his Twitch, and he had a little bit of difficulty with it. And I think not his fault. He just hasn't really played anything like this before. But I think we're gonna get into it, and I think you guys will see some interesting stuff that he missed, because I have played through this before, and I consider myself a semi-expert on the game. I've gotten like pretty much all the achievements and a lot of the hidden stuff, so I think you'll see some cool stuff. File that, change the resolution. So that's good. Okay. For audio, make sure we're good. Yep. Awesome. 3 viewers. I want the in-game volume set to be 90. Okay. A little too loud. That's fine. Turn it down to X. That is good. Figure it a little bit. We don't want film grain or motion blur. Motion blur is for absolute plebs. Motion blur is disgusting. Your eyes already do that naturally. You don't need the game to fucking do that for you. Alright, I think we are good. Bye. Alright. Sweet. Okay, we're gonna launch a completely new game. Start at chapter 1. Now, see, I think some of the problem that Ethan was having with his stream is he's really good at first-person shooter games. He's one of the best players I know at Halo and like Call of Duty Vanguard, and he's really good at getting into that like fast-paced, twitchy shooter kind of action. Yeah, COD brain, Zoomer brain. But Infra is very puzzle-based. You're never really gonna need like quick reflexes.
Oh, hey Mark. Were you
Except
here
for
all
a very few couple situations later on, chapter 5 and 6, I think. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a mindset change, and you're much more better.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning, Buzz.
Good morning.
And sorry for the early meeting. I have a feeling we might have a long day ahead of us, so we better start early.
So which building did you accidentally demolish this time?
I'm not saying
And
you'll be here all
also
day,
need to
but
read
some of the places you're about to survey
It's like that scene in the Boondocks when he's got him on the bed and he's saying,
so we might as well be prepared for the worst. Also, the maintenance reports we received from the municipality council yesterday
if you miss
seemed
something,
incomplete.
the
So either
example I
those
saw
reports have
was,
gone missing, or there never was any
like,
maintenance done
we're
to
having a
begin
lot of
with.
difficulty with the control
Sounds
room.
great.
Exactly.
It's because you didn't turn
So be
on
extra
every
careful
single
out
switch,
there.
even though you could
And I
have.
want everyone
And you
wearing
would have
their
saved
helmets
yourself
today.
literally like
That means you too, Mark.
probably like
But
half
enough
an hour
chit-chat for now.
of back
Mark,
and forth,
why
back
don't
and
you go
forth.
ahead and start the presentation? You're better
So
with
I'll just point
computers
stuff out
anyway.
along the way. I don't want a backseat game. I don't want to be an asshole.
All right.
I
A
just
quick
want to maybe like
recap
show
of the
you like
situation.
more of the mindset to get
As you all
into,
should
so
know,
that way you're
following
set
the
up for a
corruption
more
scandal
successful
last
stream
year,
next time.
and with the upcoming local council elections,
I mean, I'll be
there have
streaming
been
through the
some
whole game
changes in
myself,
the
like
maintenance
following what you
services
do.
of the Stalbard region.
But
It was
I just wanted to do
decided
this
that all
tonight
key
just to like
infrastructure, including
like
power
pinpoint
plants and water
some of the
systems,
stuff and help you
will
get
now
it.
be maintained by us.
Do we really need to hear all this
York City
again?
corruption scale in
Well,
2015.
not really.
Most of the
I
maintenance
just
budget
thought
got
it
diverted
would be a
to
good
lawmakers,
idea
which
to
was
jog your
illegal,
memory a bit,
and they
you
were
know?
given all the contracts
Anyway,
to their friends.
like I said
They
earlier,
didn't have maintenance
there
reports.
were some missing
And
details
after
about
that
the
got
state of these
investigated, the
buildings.
company that I work for now
That's why
handles
you'll be
all the
having a field day
infrastructure
today, surveying
in
these
Stallburg.
places.
I believe
I'm
it's like
sure
a
we'll run
fictional.
into something that
They
is
don't
in need
specifically
of urgent
clarify what it's
maintenance.
based on, but it's
With
basically
those
like a
bridges
fictional
crossing
version
the
of
Plowedge
Finland.
River are any indication, I expect to see some pretty nasty stuff.
I think.
I hope
think it's
not.
Finland.
The city council doesn't have much money to spare.
Typical.
Anyway, next slide, please. So, as discussed earlier,
We're gonna go
you've
check
all been
out
assigned
Hammer Valley
specific
Dam and the
locations
Bergman
today.
tunnels.
Steve,
There's
you'll be
some
taking the
creepy
Plow
shit
Edge
in the
delivery
Bergman tunnels.
facilities.
Right.
Carla and Amit, you'll get to visit the Two Gorges Dam. The view from the top is
Also, for
supposed to be
anyone
pretty
who's watching
spectacular,
and
so
doesn't
the
know,
gig isn't
this game is
without
running on the
benefits.
Source engine. So the
Naturally.
exact same engine that
Looks like I
Half-Life
get
2
to
runs
visit the
on
dam, too.
is what this game runs.
That's right.
Which to me
You
is
will
kind of
take care
crazy.
of the Hammer Valley Dam
Some of the
and
effects
its
that they pull off
surroundings.
and some of the scenery that
Oh,
they're able to
and
create,
there
like
are
without
a
the
lot of
game engine, like
tunnels
fucking
there,
crashing,
so
I think
don't
is
forget to
pretty,
bring your
pretty
flashlight.
insane.
Sounds like a great way to spend a sunny day.
All right, final
Also, the
slide.
guy that voices my main character,
Oh,
Mark,
very funny, Mark.
I sent
Next
him
slide.
fan mail because I fucking love his
All
voice
right,
acting so much.
that would be the
And
gist
he
of it.
replied to me in an email.
Mark, you can go ahead.
His name is like
Get
Igor
your gear from
Bakonye
upstairs, and you
from
can
like
leave when you're
fucking,
ready.
like,
I still have a few
Bulgaria
things
or
to go over
something.
with Steve,
He sent me a
Carla, and
really
Amit.
nice response email, and he was like the nicest guy I've ever talked to over email. The dude who plays Mark is a certified giga-Chad gentleman, and I have nothing but nice things to say about him. All right. So he told us to go get our equipment. That's another thing that's critical. Like shit that characters say or that Mark says like out loud is actually like really critical as far as like what you'll need to do. Apply. Okay. Told us to go get our shit. Card reader's acting up again. Use the side door clip. Yep, see that note letting us know that that doesn't work. There's also a couple cool things that were missed in this office building that I'm gonna try and pull. But again, the stuff that is missed, I don't blame anybody. Even if you're like in a puzzle game mindset, you're just naturally, this is the type of game that has some crazy hidden shit, and you're not gonna see it. We got a beer wallpaper? Everybody in Finland drunk AF, man. Well, homie is hacking into the Matrix. Alright,
Really should fix the road system. It's in awful condition.
You mean the M3?
Yeah, guess I won't be coming to work soon. Feels like my car can't take much more.
Why not use the public transport?
You live right next to a train station anyway. There's a metro station south of the office.
These are the tunnels. Wanna take the metro?
if there's anything in here. And another thing to keep in mind, as far as the photos and the documentation, is it's really key to remember that your character, Mark, is literally like a structural survey engineer. Like that's his entire job. So, like, always be on the lookout for things that when you're walking through and you're thinking, an employee were doing their day-to-day job here, would this be dangerous or is this out of order, or would this interfere with what? And take a photo of it. So like if you see like a bridge that has like a big crack in it or like a big hole or something, an employee obviously would be walking on that, get fucked up. That is always something to keep in mind. Don't think any doors except for Mark's office are openable. Okay. Office. Name is like his full birth name. It's on some sort of document somewhere. It's like Markku Siltanen, but people just call him. No one wants. Keys. Oh. You gotta take the following with you: flashlight, camera, helmet, keys, reception. Fuck.
Okay, that's everything.
Also, Mark
Now,
is
to
funny
grab
as
the
fuck.
master keys from the
I'm gonna
reception.
point this out. His company's survey solving problem model. Does it work? No. Did you fuck with it? No. Then forget it. No problem. Did you fuck with it? Yes. You're an idiot. Does anyone know? Yes or no? If no, hide it. No problem. If yes, you poor bastard. Can you blame it on someone else? No. You're in a poor bastard loop. Mark is fucking hilarious. There's some like documents and shit, and some of the stuff he says and does. Mark's fucking hilarious. I absolutely fucking love Mark. One of my favorite characters of any video game ever. Okay, we got all our shit. I don't think anything else on this floor is accessible. I think all the hidden shit, if I remember correctly. Oh, also, I know one achievement that you missed, Ethan. I'll save right here. Is if you had been on the 8th floor and got up here and jumped off, you would have gotten an achievement for that. For fucking killing yourself. Although again, that's literally nothing that like a first-time player would ever know. Like, the game doesn't give you a hint to like jump off and get an achievement. Like, there's shit that you're just never gonna get on the first one. That's completely fine. It's more just like the adjustment.
What the hell?
Okay, so elevator's
Looks
not
like
working.
someone forgot to pay the electricity bill.
Open manually by overriding fuses B2 and 3. This is row B. Hit it right here. 1, 2. Yeah.
I guess I'll have to take the stairs.
Hit. Lock. That doesn't open. Then lock. Okay. Yeah, there's certain puzzles like you can like fix it like multiple ways. Like it'll still get documents found. Order fucking splurt. Excuse me, can I get a large splurt? Yeah. Cafe back here. Kitchen. There was a couple small things. Office back here, and has something in it. Yep, document. This counts towards your progression. So our company accidentally destroyed the wrong building on a previous project, which is why Mark says in that opening meeting, what building did you destroy this time? So they were supposed to destroy just like a residential apartment building, and they accidentally fucking destroyed like an old ass building from the 1800s that had historical significance. Block was empty. Your human error. Paul Lowens, that's our boss. It was all his fault. Fucking idiot.
Interesting.
Yep, and see that audio key just played? That means that we read a document that counts towards our score. And to get the true score at the end, you have to have a certain percentage of corruption documents uncovered, and a certain percentage of like things that have been fixed, like that you fixed, like so you know you walk in and like a generator's like steam's fucking coming out of it, and you fix it, like that counts towards your fixing percentage, and then also a percentage of things that are broken that you can't fix but that you photographed. So those three things make up what you actually get for the ending. This is another secret. If I'm back here, this is the IT office. Oh god, the game. I just lost. Haven't thought about that shit in like 20 years, and I just lost. God damn it. Here's another document that's going to count towards our corruption score. Well, congratulations, I only managed to show up to work instead of playing Mahis Mato 3D or whatever. Guess what? Our servers got hacked, and you're exactly the person we need right now. I don't know if we're still being hacked, but I need you to start fixing this right away. Already up to my thinking these redundant complaints from everyone in the building, so I really need you to go.
Fascinating.
So some lazy fucking IT guy wasn't here, not doing his job, and now company servers are getting
A
hacked.
pack of spare batteries
That
for the
shit
camera.
will come up later at the very end of the game. We're gonna learn who hacked them. Just to IT help, if we're not here to the following, is the power cable really plugged in? Someone that has worked in IT, that shit is completely true. Not even a joke, not even funny. I can't tell you the amount of fucking times I went to fix someone's
Seriously,
shit.
what's up with these damn elevators?
And-
Every time there's a power cut, they go into a lockdown.
They did not have to. Minister of the United Kingdom and
Indeed.
outside. The game
I
is
blame
up.
the local officials for
Uh-huh.
misdirecting funds to some
Yeah.
irrelevant projects instead of the important
Yeah.
ones.
Guys, don't get sidetracked. We are talking about elevators here.
Alright. I don't think we can go out this way. Nope. Here's another document. Wahlberg Times. Over nuclear power production about to double. After major setbacks with the BlackRock 3 reactor, will find operation in spring of 2018. The third reactor has been under construction since 2008, so 10 years, and was supposed to be finished 6 years ago in 2012. Because of multiple issues, the project has been prolonged time and time again. The new plant will use the newest EPR type reactor, which is a third generation pressurized one. That will also come up later. Metro workers to protest today. Public Transport Workers Union have stated that they will protest today at Stallworks railway platform. The protest will start with a walkout at 2 p.m. and last for the rest of the day. The protest is expected to cause severe interruptions with metro traffic and the City Loop line, as well as other lines.
Intriguing.
Remember, again, whenever you hear that cue, that means you just added something to one of those 3 percentages. Either your corruption score, your fixing score, or your photographs.
What's up with the doors?
Looks like
Hey,
they're on the
Mark.
fritz again. I'll get someone from maintenance to take a look. Didn't you leave your car in the parking garage downstairs anyway?
Thanks.
Yep.
Have a nice
Thank you.
morning, Mark. You have a letter from the city authorities. Call me after.
And I think that is it as far as... Oh no, there's one more thing. There's one more thing. Go outside. The... forget what fucking floor that's on. Might be the second. Oh, no, it is over there. Okay. There is something called a geocache hidden somewhere around here, and those are like collectibles. Fuck is that? For it being somewhere. There's these things called geocaches. If you collect them all, you get an achievement. Can't remember what it. I'm not gonna fiddle with it too much, but that's another thing. I wouldn't even go searching for those on your first playthrough, because they're in like ridiculously insane positions that like you'd have to like scour the entire fucking map for. I don't even really worry about
Now,
geocaches, but
where is
just
the
be aware
car?
that you know.
There it is.
Alright, there it is. Sweet. Chapter 1 done. Found a couple new secrets. Off to chapter 2.
And it's a beautiful day in Salberg today, with a little over 18 degrees Celsius and slight overcast.
All right. I appreciate everybody who is tuning in, which I think is only Ethan and maybe one other person, but that's all right. That's all right. We all got to start somewhere, and I will take all my VODs, and I will probably upload them. I'll probably make a YouTube channel just for like recaps of VODs, at least for stuff like this where it's like an actual game I intend to play from start to finish. I'm not gonna upload VODs for like Halo Infinite or whatever when I'm fucking around on ranked. But for stuff like this, I will definitely put the VOD.
I'm finally here. The traffic was horrible. Any last minute tips before I start surveying this place?
You know the drill. Take pictures of everything that's
Everything
broken.
is broken.
Also, if you come across any technical documents or other documents of interest, take pictures of them. It'll help our cause.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. And again, we're in the mindset of a structural engineer. Anything that is, potentially going to be used at some point, that is not how it should be, we're going to take a photo of that shit or trim it. Obviously, this type of shit, cigarette butts and beers aren't going to interfere.
Tell me about it.
Salberg is like this bridge, old, crumbling, and full of alcoholists. Amen, brother. Amen. Alright. So obviously, blood driving on this bridge right fucking now. Again, that's the mindset. This shit's being used. That's not how it should be.
Looks ready to collapse.
Put it away. Again, photos don't really take up battery. It's actually having it out. So if you're not thinking you're going to need to take a photo of something, have the camera away to conserve batteries. Same thing for the flashlight. You don't want to have it out. Here, another support beam. That is not how it should be.
Let's hope the rebar holds until the repairs.
Oh, here's something. When we hover over it, it has that kind of glow about it. Oh. Could be these two things are off. Could be on. Now that these are green, back on. Oh,
This shouldn't have
fix
been
that.
off.
Easy peasy. Back across the bridge. I swear I don't got the Rona. I swear. I'm just joking on some air. Give me the Fauci ouchie, please. I don't got the Rona. Alright. Those are fucking corrosive chemicals that are just chilling there when they should be. That's not how that should be. That's the mindset we're in of an engineer. Corrosive chemicals shouldn't just be lying around, especially when it's tipped over. Photo. Boom. Okay. Turn over here. Oh, we see that this sluice gate has a leak in it. That's not how that should be. Photo. Uh-oh, we see that there's debris clogging the drainage pipe. That's not how that should be.
Someone
Photo.
should get that fixed.
A lot of stuff you can take photos. Like a lot more shit than you think there is that you actually can do. And that all counts towards getting the true, like, good image.
Alright. First inspection
Lights
target.
on.
An old power plant that I already
Reviews.
forgot the name of.
Lights aren't working.
Let's see how this place is doing.
And you really only need to take photos of shit if the infrastructure is broken. So, like, obviously these are stains on the floor, but that's not, like, going to interfere with the actual, like, people doing their jobs here, or, like, the building's going to crumble because of that. Like, shit like that doesn't really matter. The only stuff that's going to interfere with operation. Okay, maintenance log. JK is signing it every day. Very hot day. Like, oh, he says there's a weird pain in his chest. Excited for Christmas. New Year happens. Heart is aching again. Maybe he's gonna have a heart attack. He said, to know I visited this shithole on a day like that is actually sad. Goddamn heart will at least back after all this time. I don't feel too good. And then his signature popping up here. Some environmental storytelling. That was like fucking 12 years ago.
Intriguing.
Oh, that's an interesting document. Let me take a photo of that. Oh, I didn't notice there's a nasty fucking burger there.
That makes 2 packs of
Camera
spares
batteries.
for the camera.
Okay.
Bolt cutters
Bolt cutters.
might come in handy.
Some spare
A
batteries.
pack of
here.
spare batteries for the flashlight.
Yeah, that's nice for us. Good. Then you fix this puzzle on your first puzzle evening. Very good job. So we can see that generator 2 is the one that has the mirror thing. It's fine. This isn't confusing. 2 is the one that's the problem. 1 is
That should do it.
and then obviously this has a giant fucking leaking steam hole coming out of it. That's not how that should be. There's cracks in the wall. It's like infrastructure problems. Take that away. And I think we've done this building. Yep.
That's 3 packs of camera batteries.
Boom. Feeling clear. Solid. As the kids say. Alright. Following the trail. There's that fucking blitz. Obviously that's an electric line that's gonna interfere with shit. Big fuck. Uh-oh. This is sloping. It shouldn't be sloping like that. Big fuck. That's fine, that's not right. Again, these are the things you have to like think of. You have to like kind of put yourself in the Mark's shoes and think of something, and it's like, is this gonna be a safety
That
hazard?
makes 2 packs of spares for the flashlight. 4
Battery,
packs of camera batteries.
map of logging zones.
Logging zones in the
Map.
red. Looks like the work was cut
Again, if you're
short.
unsure of if something is going to count towards one of those 3 percentages, hover over it. Demand payment for Sawmill's massive log order, long overdue. Figure out how to pay our loan to the bank before we go bankrupt. Money to pay striking workers, unpaid salaries. You read through these. Your channel. Anyone can read through those. Pause the stream or whatever. See, we're hovering over it. Camera icon slims down.
A local looking company. Looks like they went out of
1%.
business.
And some more overturned barrels. Take photo of that. Again, we're walking on this bridge. Bunch of missing planks. Safety hazard. Photo. I know it took me a long time to get into that mindset when I first played. I'm usually playing shit like RPGs and Call of Duty and Halo and shit, so it did take me a little to get into that mindset. Oh boy. Hole, hovering over it, nothing, no bomb. What is this? Auto, green, yellow, red, black reserved for the train tracks. And as we can see up here, There's a giant fucking tree blocking the path.
Must have been a storm last night.
So we see
I
that.
wonder if that signal box I saw earlier still
See,
works.
Mark just gave us an indicator of the signal box he saw earlier. We just saw the tree blocking the path, and so Mark gave us that cue that, oh shit, a train might come. Might want to go check out that signal box and let them know to stop. Yep. Oh, train's coming. Switch this.
There we
to
go.
red. There we go. Easy peasy. And now when they come through, they'll know to stop, and they're not going to hit them. And again, that's something we just fixed. We heard that auto cue. That counts for fixing. And you did that on your first try. You just turned that shit to red right away. Without even questioning why you needed to do it. Very good, very good. Fixing shit. Brace the Mark grind set. Grussel. Okay, we're gonna explore the path, get through everything we can.
I have 5
Also,
packs of camera
another
batteries
good thing
now.
about this game is even if you're exploring an area and you don't find something that you can fix or photograph or anything, you're probably gonna find
That's not
camera
good.
batteries, flashlight batteries, or something optional that will help you, even if it's not essential to actually progressing through when you. Always take a look around. Always take a look. Saw that tree that was leaning on the power line, not good. Took a photo of that. We're gonna move on. I don't think this is technically broken at all. I think we're good. That just was going to take us back around and we'd have to walk all the way anyway, so let's head back. And I will show you once we get to the old factory, I will show you probably the biggest thing you missed. And you might want to go back and do it on your next playthrough because you will lock yourself out of an entire like key area later on if you don't fix this one thing in the very first. Yep. No, you don't have to go back far. Not very far at all. You'd have to walk back like 30 seconds just back into that big area with the electrical wires and shit. You were having a platform mode.
Hammer
Looks like
Valley
it wants to act
down.
like-
I hope that at least this place is in a better condition.
Alright. See the engine and the brakes are missing a fuse box. Gonna throw that in there. Take this. Throw that in there. Also, another thing you missed, if you had bothered to look to the left, you'd see that there's a giant fucking crack in this dam. So we're gonna take a photo.
Dam's in even worse condition than I thought.
That's not going to soft lock you out of anything, so you don't need to go over that. But again, that's the thing. You can't rush. You can't rush. You can't rush. This is a game that like rewards like patience and exploration. Like you're gonna get a lot more out of it. Slow down and just like look around. Here's another fun little secret that you would never know probably on your first playthrough. But people would anyway. There's that giant crack in the dam, right? Take a fucking brick. Save slot 1. We're gonna take this fucking brick. We're gonna hurl that shit at the dam. Gotta aim a little higher. We can literally crack the fucking dam
Cheat, cheat, cheat!
and kill ourselves. You can literally fucking just commit Harry Carey right there by flooding. Anyway, we're all good here. We took the photo. We're all good to head down. Oh, duh. I didn't turn it on.
That should do it.
There we go. All right.
It's me. I just came from the old power plant. I don't think anyone's been there for years. One of the generators looked like it was broken. I turned it off just to be safe.
Did you find anything else?
The dam is in really bad shape. Like, there's a huge crack in it. Someone needs to get on that right away. Anyway, after I am down in the dam, I'm heading to survey the Bergman
Also, did
tunnels.
you notice that
Could
the
you have
phone
someone
call
pick
that I
up my
just had
car?
with the
I'll
boss
take care
was
of it.
different
Keep me
because I
posted.
noticed the crack in the dam fixed it. So that the phone call ended up changing later because Mark had something to talk about. There's lots of cool little shit like that.
Shit!
That will branch and change depending on the choices you've made and the stuff you've. That
Still 4 packs left.
That's right. So we're in here, and here's where you could save yourself some headaches. So doors can only be opened when the power is on. Okay, so these are the power indicator light. East side power is on, west side power. You can turn everything on the east side and the west side. The turbine hall power is not on at the moment, so if we touch these, they don't do it. We're still going to switch them to the on position though. That way, when we have power switch on later, we don't have to come back and manually do it. We're just going to turn every single thing to the on position that we can, so that we don't have to come back here. Turn literally everything on. Okay, everything is switched to the left. We are all on, and these have yellow above it, indicated with yellow lights. Override doors cannot be unlocked except for the control room. We're gonna get, but every single thing is on. We turned everything that we could on right away. It didn't break anything, so we're all good to keep it there and leave that on. There we go. Also, you were looking for that fuse earlier. It's hidden here. Again, don't feel bad about that shit. I didn't even notice that until like my third plate. There's some sneaky ass shit in this game. Again, the mindset of Mark is this shit how it should be. This building is going to need to be used at some point. There should not be fucking mushrooms on the floor and water and everything, so we just took a photo of all. Move on. Also, there's a difference, and it's hard to think of it in your head sometimes. There's a difference between like broken shit and then like infrastructure broken shit. Like obviously this door is off, but someone can just put that on later. Our job is infrastructure. Our job isn't to fix like broken windows and broken doors and shit. This is like deep damage if water is seeping deep enough into the fucking concrete that mushrooms are. That's something that like is infrastructure related that we're gonna have. A regular ass fucking maintenance company can just fix this stuff. We don't need to take photos. Take this. We're gonna this. Here. We're gonna put that in there, and then we'll be able to get to the lab later. Switch this on. These other two are already on. We don't need to mess with them. They're already on. Can't even turn them off. That key. Here. We turned literally everything in the control room on earlier. So this is already ready to go. Don't even need to go back. Okay. Obviously, not supposed to be fucking filled with water and electricity. Also, this bridge should not be fucking...
I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be
halfway
like
missing.
that.
Take 2 photos of that. So we're going to put some boxes down here, and I'll show you why. We're going to do some 10 trillion IQ plays here. Up. Just have a shortcut. Okay. Instead of
The water is
platforming
electrified.
like you're
I
thinking
better
you
watch
need to
my
do,
step.
there's a really, really simple way. Oh shit. I think it all is. Shouldn't be a problem. It all is. Platforming in this is very finicky, so don't feel bad if you
It's not good.
photograph those 2 things again. We don't miss them. Always gotta make sure if you die, that when you reload the save, you photograph the stuff that happened between that save.
The water is electrified. I
Yeah.
better watch my step.
Clamber up on there. We're gonna do something really cool. One box, one of the other. Walk on it, move it. Walk on it, move it. Walk on it, move it. And then you don't have to actually worry about fucking around with finicky platform. You're literally just like making your own bridge, like those old fucking timey cartoons where they would build the train tracks in front of the train as it was spinning. You're basically doing it. You're making yourself a fucking box bridge. And then you don't have to actually bother with like platforming and having to worry about if you're gonna grip the ledge with these fucking generators in the middle of the room. You know, you can just avoid all that. Okay. This is obviously else that anything else that's broken. That's infrastructure.
I'm pretty sure
Building
that's
fucking
not
cars
meant to
in
be
that
like
part.
that.
Take a photo of that. Open that shortcut. Later. Yeah. Greetings, Emil. While you're entering the one to the south, things have taken strange turns around here. Boss has been really paranoid lately. First, he ordered the control room doors to be always locked, and then later used a locksmith to do most of it. Like he's expecting some kind of an attack or something. Yesterday, he ordered the security to perform checks on those you are. Don't ask me why, I have no clue. Any document like that.
Intriguing.
Yep, we're gonna go up here. Control room is. Just this here.
My name
Start
is
the
Alex
corruption
Hartman.
tape. Listen to that.
I was just betrayed by the man
Deep
who
INFRA lore.
practically
Let's listen.
built this whole city. It started with Bergman, then Stahlberg Steel, and now my company. All bankrupted by Jeff Walter. He bought the companies for next to nothing and then ran them straight into the ground. But that's the least of my problems. With the company out of business, there's no way we can keep everything in good repair. Things are breaking down all over the city, but no one's doing anything about it. The police, the mayor, and now it seems like even the governor's in his pocket. They care more about his money than what he's doing to this place. Whatever he's planning, it's going to happen. And I don't want to be here when it does. Because there's one thing I'm sure of. Everything's about to fall apart.
Fascinating.
Also, another thing is, you saw this sign that said, keep the control room doors always overridden. Hartman, right? But This is Hartman. And we saw that note earlier from Simon that was just in this other room that said that the boss has been really paranoid. So when you see shit like this, you have to think about who wrote it. Obviously, Hartman wrote it. He's the boss. Did he write this to keep the place from falling apart, or because he was paranoid and he didn't want these doors unlocked? So obviously, we know that Hartman was just being kind of paranoid. So these aren't actually like any sort of problem if we disable overrides. We just disable all that shit. Doors are open. Okay, we're gonna turn this on. This is the power grid for the dam. And as we can see, generator 1 and 2 are off. Let's look around the room. Let's see. Oh, look, these things are here. Always refill. On and off. Off right now. Red light. Make sure the RPM is exactly 3,000. Both generators. Okay, so boost gate 1. Generator RPM. Indicators over here. Left and right. This one opens. And watch that left indicator until that reaches 3,000. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other one, because that's what the instructions. And that's another thing. That's another thing you have to take account when you're fixing things, is you can pretty much presume the documentation left behind as far as how it works is accurate, because people that left the documentation behind are probably people who built it, so we know that that's probably true. Now we can push this on, and then these generators are ready to turn on now. Working on this next up. Okay. That is on. I think we are all good with that. We didn't hear a sound cue, but that's because we need to do something later right outside the sawmill. Again, once I get to the sawmill, that's where my good buddy Ethan left off, so that is where I will be. Uh-oh. Place had a tunnel collapse. Photo. Also, whenever you open up a pathway that you hadn't before, so we know that we turned off these overrides, but now there's some doors that we can open. So we're always going to go back and check and see what is now accessible with those new pathways. You're going to find lots of juicy gossip, juicy documents, juicy ass, I don't know. But we always want to double back whenever we open up something. Very juicy. So we know we opened up the lab door, and we found that hidden lab fuse right there, and we put it in the right spot. And since this note said that the electrician linked the lock of this door with the main fuse of the lab, and we turned everything on and put that lab fuse in, we know this is open. And we know that this is... That's another... and you always want to explore everything. So, like, I opened up that lab door. Even though I know I opened it, I'm going to come back to it later. You always need to keep a little mental track of it. Also, a couple of these toilets later on in the game have poop in them, and you can flush it. Very fun. Awesome. That's a dick. Very cool. Yes, yay. Always fun. You can even pick up some of the turds and throw them at the wall, and it'll leave a poop stain. Really, really deep simulation. Very fun. Heisenberg. Photo that. Okay, we came out here, but we know that there's still stuff left in the factory that we didn't. That's always kind of my best practice. Yes, that's a whole new section I can go to, that's a whole new area, but I know I still have some stuff in here that I didn't explore, like that lab door that you always want to make sure you've done everything you can in an area before you leave it. That's just a good best practice. Now we're in here.
That's 3 packs of flashlight batteries.
Ooh, beer. Very fun. All right. Ooh, they were figuring out how to cook up some homebrew in here. Cooling beer with water. Finding optimal. Damn, they had their own fucking beer grow farm in here. Very nice. Okay. So clearly we can see that what's causing the leak right below this fucking floor is their fucking beer farm. And so we're gonna shut this pipe off.
That should do
And we
it.
fixed it. We fixed the leak. And just to confirm, I'm down here now. There's no more leak. We fixed that. That is completely fixed. So now we're gonna go back to where the control room was. More stuff that we didn't explore in there. There was a door that I did not go through. We want to make sure that we... Again, broken. Okay. Get everything we can do in here. This door. Always try every door. Even if it doesn't open, always try. You never know if it's... Oh, see? There. Let's see.
I have 5
batteries,
packs of camera batteries now.
Shelves. Good to go. That's pulled off. That didn't open. Oh, broken infrastructure. Let's go to that. Ooh, a note. This is my final day working here. After the financial problems started stacking for the company, Hartman became more and more stressed and unstable. The more unstable he grew, the more he failed coming up with solutions to save the company. Instead, he kept blaming Walter for it, especially after he was forced to sell his company. After the loss of his wife, Hartman started recording hateful messages to Walter, craving for vengeance. My testimony for any future investigations of these events is soon-to-be ex-secretary Hartman Caitlin. That's juicy documents. That's
Interesting.
part of our corruption investigation. Take a photo. Here. Hartman's office. That's so outside on the door now. Whoop! Didn't mean to do that. And true to life to everything we've read so far, and all the notes says he's paranoid. He has schizo map up here.
This guy was really obsessed with Jeff Walter.
Conspiracy theories mapped out, fucking lines and grids drawn. Mapping out what he thinks. Gonna uncover conspiracy. Green act. Too gorgeous. Walter last seen here. He's trying to track someone. Jeff Walter bought Stolberg Steel and it went bankrupt. Why? Eric Kleinman and Xander Berg. We're going to hear those names a lot later on. Kleinman's unemployed. Where is he? Then Berg is... I'm not going to read all this, but I'll just zoom in on it for a second. Pause and... Record everything now. Head on out. Down here. Okay, open this up. Just the... Good. Oh, switchyard breaker. And this is why we didn't hear a confirmation sound earlier when we were fiddling around. Did everything we could in the control room. We need to come out here. And that's how a lot of puzzles are. You're going to fix something in one part of a building or one part of a map, and then you're going to need to go to the complete other side of the map or on a different section of the map and finish it. And then you'll hear the... Don't get discouraged if it looks like you fixed what you can, but you didn't get that confirmation, because you'll likely fix it later. So, remember, synchronization. We did that. There are 2 synchroscopes in the control room. Use them before we do this. We did that. We matched up the 3000 RPM on those synchroscopes, so we know, even though it's warning us to do the synchroscopes, we did that. It's okay to turn these on.
There we go.
There we go. We just restarted that. And now the generator is hooked into the official power grid. And we can proceed. And that is what I was mentioning earlier. You might want to go back and do that, because if you don't fix that power grid, there's a
Hey,
complete
so I
section
finished
later
surveying
in
the dam.
Chapter 7
It wasn't
that,
pretty
like,
bad
you
shape.
can't even open.
The generator
There's a
room's
door that's
badly
just
flooded.
locked because it's linked to this
Good
grid
thing that
in
the place
Chapter
was
1.
on our list.
And so something that
Yeah.
you did
Also,
30 hours
the
ago
dam
or
wasn't
didn't
even
do
connected to the
affects
grid anymore.
whether you're going to get
I
that
managed to
trend.
reconnect it though.
So you
Wait,
really
So
go
you
back and
connected
fix
the
that. You're
flooded
kind of
dam to
fucking
the
yourself
grid?
over.
Is that
And
such a good
I'm not
idea?
going to backseat
don't
game
see
anymore.
why
I'm not going
not.
to puppy guard.
Anyway,
I'm not going to really
I'm
give
heading
any more
on to
big
survey the
hints
Bergman
or
tunnels
anything,
next.
but I did want to
All right.
kind of
Let
show
me know
you the
once you've done
mindset.
there.
And
Yeah.
I think I've done an okay job of showing, like, maybe some of the stuff you might want to switch up, like your thinking patterns and your thought patterns of how you're approaching the game. Not to be a dick or anything, but I think you'd have a lot more fun, and I think you'd enjoy the game a little more if you're able to not butt your head against a wall as much. So we're now at the sawmill where you left off at, so I'm going to save the game, spot 1, and that will be all she wrote for tonight. I appreciate anybody watching, and I hope you had fun, and I hope I showed off my big brain puzzle solving energy, and I hope that helps my my good buddy Ethan on his next stream. And then when he goes on his next stream and gets even further, I'll do it right after him and get to where he goes, and we're going to go back and forth like that. We're going to have a co-link stream like that. So really, double the fun. You get to see kind of a fresh playthrough through his eyes, um, blind playthrough, and then I'll run back through what he just did and kind of pick up some of those pieces that he might have missed since it's a first time playthrough, and maybe show you guys some background secrets and lore and information that you might not know since I'm a veteran. So I appreciate y'all watching. Have a good evening. Talk to y'all later.